Hi. So I wanted to give you a little update on stuff. First of all, I was going to start this off by saying, well, this isn't about me writing because I don't do that anymore. Actually, to tell the truth, that's actually correct. I haven't written in a long time, but I am very close to releasing the book that I used to refer to on these vlogs as Between Two Alphas. And then someone said to me that that sounds too much like a werewolf book, and it's not a werewolf book, it's a hardcore BDSM book. So I changed the name of the books, and it's now called Serving Two Masters. And it's very much worth the title. That's what this is about. It's a hardcore BDSM story. I'm in the process of getting reviews. If you go to Amazon right now, you'll see the paperback version is available. And once I get enough reviews, I will then release the ebook version, and I'm hoping to enjoy it because so far the people who are writing reviews really like it, so I'm hoping you do as too. But that's in the future. I want to do something very specific today. I wanted to talk about a movie I just saw because I think it needs talking about. And I'm going to break it down into two parts. I'm going to break it down into just general kind of my opinion on it, and then I'm going to give you like a kind of 5, and then if you're going to see the movie, then you can shut this video off because I'm going to give away some plot points and stuff like that in discussion, which you can find other places. It's not a huge secret, but if you want to know nothing about the movie, then you should stop. But I will be talking about that afterwards. So first, the general talk about it. I'm talking about the movie The D Train. It's a movie starring Jack Black and James Marsden. They play two guys who went to high school together, and Jack Black is a guy who decides that since he's been ignored his entire life in high school amongst his friends, that he would be on the reunion committee, and he wants to be someone. So he thinks that he can go and get James Marsden, who is now an actor in Hollywood. He did a commercial. Jack Black sees it and says, if I could get him to come to the reunion, then everyone else will come to the reunion, and I will be the star. And that's what it's about. Generally speaking, I thought the movie was extremely good. It is not your standard fare. You cannot go into this movie expecting, I don't know, a buddy comedy or anything that you can wrap your mind around. That's not what you're going to get. You're going to get something completely different. And most people who see this movie just won't get it. They won't get it at all. And they'll feel like they've been manipulated and all that stuff. But that's not the case. This was actually a very well done movie, a very smart movie, and unlike many movies out there, so I do recommend you go and see it. I will say this, James Marsden in it plays a bisexual, and it is one of the first truly bisexual movies that I've seen, and I'll explain what I mean by that. When there's let's say a werewolf romance book, it is the fact that the person is a werewolf that pushes the story forward. If the person weren't a werewolf, then the story wouldn't work. That is what a true werewolf book is. Or, for example, their stories are BBWs, Big Beautiful Women stories, and it's the fact that she is larger than like your average size is what propels the story forward. James Marsden's bisexuality propels the story forward. This is a truly bisexual movie, and it's one that's worth seeing. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a count of 5 to shut this video off and go somewhere else and not listen to it. It's 3, 2, 1. Spoiler time. James Marsden and Jack Black have sex together. They have sex, and that is what propels the story forward. I did not know what to make of this movie when I first saw it. I laughed a couple of times, not because it was awkward, just because there are things that kind of tickled my fancy. So that was funny. But after the movie, I was talking to the person I was with, and I said to them, I don't know what I just watched. And she made a very interesting point that she got, which I don't think I ever would have gotten because I'm a man and she's a woman. What she said was that this movie is a twist on your typical female romance, male-female romance, whereas there's a guy, James Marsden, who has sex with Jack Black. Jack Black wraps his sense of self up in James Marsden, And then he starts feeling like he's rejected by James Marsden. And this is what many women go through when they fall for a guy. They have sex with a guy thinking it's going to mean something to them, and it turns out it means nothing to them. And then they have to deal with it and what they think of themselves because of it, and they have to deal with the things they do to kind of win this guy over because of it. And this is just a flip on that, whereas instead of it being a guy and a girl, it's James Marsden and Jack Black, where James Marsden has sex with Jack Black. Jack Black has that sex because he thinks that having sex with him will elevate him in some way. Then he realizes that it doesn't, and he gets getting all crazy because of it. It's very clever. It is extremely clever for doing that. And it's the first movie I've ever seen that does that. And it will cannot be done if James Storm wasn't bisexual. So the fact that he's bisexual drives this entire story. And it's really a movie worth seeing, just if you like movies, and also if you're bisexual, and also if you just kind of like seeing things done a different way. So I recommend it. That's what I think of the movie. It did not get great reviews on Yelp. Many people panned it, and because most people didn't get it. They didn't see that little twist there, the whole flip of the switch thing. The performances were both strong. Jack Black was, fairly funny. Situations were fairly funny. And it was well done. So there's no reason to give it a bad review except the fact that people didn't get it. But if you get this, what I just explained to you, and you go into that without information, you will enjoy it a lot more. That's my feeling on the movie. So I would recommend you go out and see The D Train. It is the first truly bisexual movie that I have seen. And not just because they have bisexual characters in it, but because bisexuality drives the story forward. I recommend it, and I'll let you guys know when Serving Two Masters is out. I'll make another video, and you can check it out because it's hot. And this movie, with the sex with Jack Black, is not so hot, but there are other qualities. Well, James Marsden, if you like him, he's hot. So there it is. Both things are hot. Enjoy. Go see the movie. Bye.